What's up with it, King? What's up with it, Queen? Y'all already know who it is. It's your big bro, Demont Pope, aka Mr. Purpose over pointless excuses. Yeah. Y'all already know what time it is, right? Y'all know my job is to motivate, right? Inspire, educate, and empower, right? Guess what? My guests do the same thing. Every week, we've been bringing you very special guests, stacking value on top of value. That's right. I'm talking about value stacking. You dig what I'm saying? Look, I need you to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, right? Hit that notification bell so you know when we're releasing new content. Also, hit that thumbs up, hit that like, leave some comments. Do me a favor, share this with about 10 people who you want to see put their purpose over pointless excuses. But look, it ain't about me. Without further delay, I got a very special guest for y'all, all right? None other than the Michael Finkley of the Michael Finkley Show and the Michael Finkley Experience Educational Consulting Firm. Here we go. Let's go, Michael Finkley. What's up, bro? Yeah.
I'm live, bro. It's so good to see you again. Thank you for having me on.
Nah, man, thank you. Thank you for having me on your platform. It was only right that I told you it's payback time. I got to pay you back. I got to pay it forward. Now we got to join forces and we got to get you over here on the King Speaks podcast and talk this purpose talk. You with it?
That's it. That's it. That's what life is all about. Finding our purpose, and once we find it, we got to use it. So I'm ready.
That's it. Let's go then. Hey, look, I already know who you are and what you do. So, hey, introduce yourself to the people. Let them know who is Michael Finkley and let them know what it is that you do.
All right. So God has blessed me with many talents, but again, I'm Michael Finkley. I am the host and executive producer of the Michael Finkley Show, social media talk show. Find us on various platforms. Just Google us. I promise you, we'll pop up. And then also, too, we have our educational consulting firm, the Finkley Experience, where we serve students, first generation education, and we serve students and prepare them for college. So we have publications, we do workshops, seminars, in-person, virtual. So those are just a few of the things that we do. But like I said, God's blessed me with many talents and gifts. So we're just here to serve others. We're here to help others. Yeah.
That's amazing. And you are serving others and helping others, man. I'm a witness to that. So we talking about social media talk show host. We talking about educational consultant, right? I know you dibble and dabble in the speaking. I know I've seen you with a microphone in your hand, so I know you speaking, right? So we talking about many hats, right? Now, let me ask you this, Michael. How long have you been in this profession? Because they're all intertwined. It's like I'm pretty sure all of those gifts that you have, you marry them all together very well.
We try our best. No, we're gonna try. We do our best.
Yeah. You doing?
We do our best. We start off with the consulting firm first. Okay. We've been in education for the past 11 years, and we saw that there was a need for students that were underrepresented, right? To be helped. And so we came out with the Finkley Experience and assisting those students with their college preparedness and career readiness. And, because I was one of those students, I'm first generation. And so someone took the time out to help me, and all the things I've learned in my different jobs in higher education and secondary ed and teaching and being a counselor and all these kind of things, they prepared me for that moment. So 2018, we launched with the Finkley Experience and been going ever since then. And then during the pandemic, things kind of shut down a little bit on everybody. So we're kind of home looking at each other's face and twiddling our thumbs a little bit. Yeah. But, the Michael Finkley Show began, and it was a branch of the consulting firm. So I'm just interviewing people about scholarships and interviewing people about college and their experiences and college professionals. And all of a sudden, within a matter of months, it blew up into something else. Now I have PR firms reaching out. I have quote unquote celebrities wanting to be on and talk about their branding and things. I'm like, I see you, God. I see what you're doing. I didn't plan this. I didn't at all. But it blew into something else to its own. Now we still do talk about college. We still do talk about that have that conversation about preparing and careers, but also to the other aspect as well. So that happened 2.5 years ago, and currently now we're on season 5.
Come
of the
on.
show. So we've been staying busy. Demont, I promise you, we've been staying busy.
I love it, man. I see it, man. Not only have I seen it, but I've been a part of it, man. Like again, I've been on your platform, so I'm familiar with the Michael Finkley show, man. So I'm privileged because I know you do interview what some would consider celebrities, but you also interview these common folk like yours truly here. So you know what I mean. So the platform is for everybody. We all benefiting from the gifts that God gave. You get where I'm coming from? Look, check it out, man. So we talking about it all birthed from the educational firm, educational consulting, pouring into the lives of first generation and young people, specifically because you can relate, because you are one, not were one, but you are one. So you know the value in that. You know what's needed. You know how to connect. You know how to relate, right? So you were attempting to step out on your purpose, right? And it exploded. It exploded into other areas and arenas. It exploded into, you got the Michael Finkley show. You got the Finkley experience, like you all over the place doing magnificent things. So we talking about a collection of years. I believe you said about 11 years in the educational space, right? So we talking about a process. I'd like for my listeners and viewers to know that success, right? It doesn't happen overnight, right? You can look for the popcorn situation, but all of my guests on here, they're experts in their specific field because they went through a particular process. They went through a process. So you went through a long process, Michael. Now, let me ask you this, right? What was the specific inspiration other than the fact of you already being a first generation student? You've already touched on that. Was there any other inspiration or motivating factor behind you just literally stepping out there and say, I'm going to do this whole thing full time. I'm going to be in this educational space. This is prior to the 11 year. This is year 0. What made you say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop out in infancy and I'm going to establish something that has never been established before in my family?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm a first generation college student, but also an entrepreneur as well. So my mom always instilled in us education, education, education. That's all I heard growing up with my sisters and I. And she always said, aim for a career. I'm just like, Mama, what you talking about? You know, she's talking outside of her neck. Mama, what did you say it to us? But now I get it. At the age of 33 and been doing this for so long, I get what she was saying now. You know, fulfilling that position that you feel fulfillment, right? That you know that this is a part of your purpose. And so this is what I feel now with what I'm doing. And then also too, I had my first Black male teacher, my first and only Black male teacher in grade school in the 8th grade. And he was just such an inspiration because I saw someone that looked like me, like, oh my gosh, he's changing lives through education. And I want to do that. I want to do what he's doing. And so ever since then, I knew I wanted to be in education as well. So with that mindset of career, with that mindset of education, we just grouped it all together. And this is what we had for the past 11 years. It's what we've been doing. It's just changing lives through education. And we knew that as time went on, we thought it was just a job, but we found out later on that it's also a ministry. We found out that we're changing lives. We know that even now, my students, I had a conversation with one of my former students today, you know, just talking about various things, right? They want to call and say, Mr. Finkley, this is what's going on with me, right? So we're still a part of the process for them. So all in all a part of this purpose of life.
Man, that's amazing. That's amazing work that you're doing. The fulfillment, like if they catch nothing else, it's fulfillment. Like we ain't talked about no dollar amount. We ain't talking about no financials. We talking about fulfillment. We talking about purpose. Come on. It's a part of it. You don't have to pursue that. That will pursue you in your pursuit of purpose. Come on now. That will pursue you in your pursuit of purpose. Look, it ain't about me. Let me get back on you, Mr. Finkley. You get what I'm saying? Check it out. All right. So we know that you've married all those gifts and talents. We know that you have a plethora of businesses and entrepreneurial grinds that you're doing, right? Talk to us specifically about how those services help other individuals, not just inspiring first year generation college student, first year generation entrepreneur. I can relate, but let's go deeper than that. Let's go to the core of what it does for the people. That fulfillment. Where does it take place for you? Like, how do you connect to the people? What is it about the connection that lets you know you're fulfilled and helping them?
Oh, I love your questions. Oh my goodness, that's a good one. Yeah, so again, we don't just live it, but we also teach it, right? We're mentoring, we're advising, we're getting down to the trenches and saying, this is how you do it, right? We're working. we're definitely working. So with the educational side, we do workshops. We provide. We have our books that assist, and people answer me through email and phone call and text message. Like, we're in there. We're helping them because I know what it's like not to have, and I don't want any student that's so eager to want to learn this process and be somebody and be something with themselves. I don't want them to go without. So I will do anything within my power to teach them, to mentor them, to guide them through this process. I tell them that I don't claim to know everything and I don't want to know everything. So if I don't know, we're going to find it together. We're going to find a way to do it together. And also now with this social media talk show that God has blessed me with, he's trusted me with, I'm advising people as well. I have a phone call in a few days with someone is saying, hey, I have an idea, right? I want to run it by you, right? And that's still, I understand the educational part because I've been doing it for so long. I've only been in this field for almost 2.5 years. I was like, this just still blows my mind. I'm like, I'm still learning, but I can teach someone along the way. I can mentor someone along the way. So we're in there, we're working. We're not just talking this talk, but we're walking the walk too.
Come on. Hey, man, and one thing I like that you keep saying, Michael, you keep saying that word work, man. And I love that because we got to pray about it. It's one thing to pray about it. Pray about praying about it. That's when we consulting with God. That's when we getting that vertical connection, right? That vertical communication, right? But after we pray, we got to do something. We got to work because the word says, faith without work is dead. So we got to put that, we got to put legs on that faith and we got to put it to work, man. And that's what you're doing. You working. And guess what? Because you working, there's fruit. You can see the fruit of your labor. Like Solomon said that that's the gift of God, so that we see the fruit of our labor. But listen, man, let me ask you this. Because we talking about the goodness. We talking about the fruit. We talking about the time you put in, right? Over 11 years in education. We talking about the explosion of this social media situation since the pandemic. Now you consulting even through social media talk show. And that's over about 2.5 years. We talking about something rapidly that done blew your mind right quick. But now let's talk about something different. Let's talk about a challenge, Michael. Let's talk about a challenge that you having like right now that you're facing, right, in business, because they need to know that things gonna go well sometimes, but yeah, you're gonna have some seasons, you're gonna have some adversity, some problems, some challenges. Let's talk about a challenge that you may be having right now or that you may have just overcome, and how did you overcome it, or how do you plan on overcoming it? Let's go.
When you have faith, right? When you have faith and you have a relationship with God, the world thinks you do some things that are strange, right? But you know that it's going to be all right for yourself. And so 2.5 weeks ago, I decided to leave my job in education and pursue Finkley full time. That's the firm, that's the show, that's other things. I'm into music as well, being in movies, being acting as well. So it's all Finkley now, and God has trusted me with it, and I'm believing him for it. So it's not a challenge, it's just now I'm walking in true purpose. I am truly walking in his footsteps. So that's the thing that I've been not dealing with, but pursuing now in this season in my life. Is it easy? No, I still have bills. I still have things that I have to do and people that I have to pay that do different things for me. So I have to continue the revenue aspect of it. But am I worried? Am I doubtful? No, I'm good. I'm good because he's good with me. He's good with me. So that's the season in my life of Finkley at the age of 33. My Jesus year. That's what I've been going through, pursuing right now.
And I love that, because you didn't talk about something that you had overcome 5 years, 10 years ago. You didn't talk about something that the leap of faith that you took a couple of years ago, like myself, and jumped out here all the way full time a couple of years ago. See, I was out here full time, and then I lost faith, right, in myself, right, in my own guilt, and then I went back to Egypt, right. I went back to Egypt, and then God kicked me back out. Like, nah, you ain't got no business here. But anyway, you said you out here. And you talking about this just happened, what, about 2.5 weeks ago, you said?
2.5 weeks ago.
2.5 weeks ago, you decided to say, God, because you've entrusted me with so much, God, because you entrusted me with the Finkley experience, because you entrusted me with the Michael Finkley show, because you've entrusted me with the consultants, the clients, because you've entrusted me with the educational space, I'm going to entrust you with my life,
no choice.
with my
That's
time.
it.
Come on, man.
I have no choice because one of my favorite scriptures, Matthew 6:33 states, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness, then all these things shall be added unto you. As long as you seek him and keep him first, God will bless you. Man, we don't worry about tomorrow because the Bible tells us not to, because it's already handled for us, right? So continue to seek him. He'll be all right, trust me. That's faith. That's faith and relationship right there. Experience with him.
Come on, man. Come on, man. We talking about the Finkley experience over here on the King Speaks podcast, man. Y'all go ahead and hit the thumbs up, hit the like, notification bell. Look, man, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, man. I don't even have to ask if you're getting value. I know you're getting value. Just pass that on to some more people. Michael, check it out. Since you done got us all over here, you know what I'm saying, riled up, and we ready to get more inspiration, motivation, and empowerment. Let me ask you this. Through that journey, right, through what you're going through, and we could talk about this fresh, right, a right now situation, a Rhema situation, right? Like, what is the most important lesson that you've learned over your career? Let's go all the way back to over the 11 years in education, over the last 2.5 years. So we talking about 11 plus 2.5. What's that? 13.5. So with all of that experience plus more, right? What is one of the most important lessons that you've learned?
I've learned to trust God and also lean on him more. I always thought it was because my name is on it. I thought it was just, hey, me. Look at me, it's me.
Speak that.
I'm nothing. I am nothing without him. Right? So every prayer I pray, every time I do a show, I pray. Every time I do a speaking engagement, I pray. I actually fast. I do a fast because I don't want anyone to see me, but I want them to see God in me. So just putting self aside, because when you put self aside, you don't see the competition, right? You don't see the people that talk bad about you. All you do is seeing that I have a job to do for God, and I hope and pray that it touches somebody, right? I want to save lives. I want to, inspire and motivate and, also people, but I also want to be inspired as well.
Come on now.
In the process.
Say that.
As well. And then also to attach along with that, I've learned that the process, we all have a process to go through. We talked about that earlier, right? We talked about that process, but the process is for us because it changes us to the person we need to be for the ladder.
Come on.
The outcome is for everybody else.
Yeah. I like that, man. I love everything about it, man. Look, we gonna keep on riding. We ain't even finna give them look, man, all gas, no brakes. We ain't even finna stop. We ain't gonna stop. Look, let me ask you this one, right? Like, what would be the first thing, like if somebody watching this and they like, man, this guy got a lot of energy. He's excited. He loves what he's doing. He's humbled by it. He's learning lessons by it. He's helping other people, and he's being able to make income as well as impact. Listen, man, what would you say would be the first thing a person would have to do to get started in your particular industry or field?
Oh, wow. Are we talking about the education or the entertainment?
Look, and one. I'm gonna say it just like and one. Either one, however you want to say it.
Wow.
Where I'm from, we might say and one.
Oh my word. Yeah, one. So I would say you have to have a made up mind. That's number one. You have to have the strength that you know what you're doing, right? If you see yourself being the best plumber in the world, you see yourself being the best, whatever that looks like, you have to know that for yourself, right? It starts with you. And then you have to have a made up mind to do it, because sometimes we know that we can do these things, right? But then we're like, oh, I'll wait till next year. Oh no, I'll wait 2 more years to see how it works, right? But then in that moment, you're being selfish because so many people are waiting on you and your gifts, right? Wow. The Bible said that about your gifts, they'll make room for you and set you before great men. Right. So you have to make up in your mind and know in your mind that this is what I'm meant to do as part of my purpose in life. Once we get to that stage, right, because it is a process and it's a continuous process. But once we have that initial conversation with ourselves, then we can move forward, right? We can move forward to whatever the next stage looks like. But at first, it all starts with you. It all starts here. It all starts with you.
Man, wow, incredible answer to that question, man. I thought that was going to be a little difficult. I thought that was going to stumble you up. You was like, nah, I'm ready. It ain't nothing. Come on with it. All right, then. I see how you want to play it. I see how you want to play it. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to be, you know what I'm saying, pay homage, you know what I mean? Because you allowed me on your platform, and then you gonna come over here and do that. All right, then.
Sir.
That's good. All right, look, this is what we gonna do, right? Because look, I know these people are enjoying this because I am. Listen, I want you to let people know how they can connect with you. If they like that, I keep hearing about this Finkley show. What is this Finkley show? Like, let them know where they can tune in to that at. Also, let them know where they can plug in if they need a consultation. Like, let them know where they can plug in with the Finkley experience. Go ahead.
Oh, definitely. So for the show, visit our website, michaelfinkley.show.com. You can find all the things that we're working on, our guests for that week that we're working on, all of our outlets. We're on YouTube, so subscribe. We're on u42.com. We're on Roku TV as well, and all your podcast platforms. That's Apple and Spotify and so forth. So check us out there. And then also too, we have shows that come out every Monday and Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then for the firm, the finkleyexperience.com, visit us there and you will see all of our different social media platforms and what we do in our services too.
Hey, listen. When that man kept saying working, like throughout the interview, like y'all gonna have to rewind and listen to how many times he said work. Now y'all can see what he meant, because my man had a whole paragraph of information for you right quick. Y'all ain't ready for the work they putting in. Hey, go look them up, go find them, plug in, tune in, man. Listen, I guarantee you're gonna be blessed. Listen, I got one more. I can't let you go till I get one more out you. Can I get one more out you, Mike?
Let's go.
All right, look, I gotta get one more out you. Now, this one is my favorite one, right? This is the most important one to me personally, because I always leave it for last. Now, we done inspired, again, we done motivated somebody, right? We done educated them, therefore we've empowered them, right? And now that they got this urge of emotion, this urge of adrenaline, right? Something might still be holding them back, Michael. Something might still be holding them back. They may be afraid. They may not have a support system, right? They may come from poverty like I did. They may not have any money. They may think they need money to start. Like they don't have what we may, or they think we might have had. They may not even have the relationship, that vertical communication with the Heavenly Father, or whoever they call their Heavenly Father. I call him God, Jesus. That's who I call. That's who I refer to. But whoever they refer to, they might need to know, Michael, like speak to that person who want to do what you're doing or what I'm doing. They have a purpose greater than what they're doing right now. They want to come out of the streets. They want to come out of whatever situation they in. They want to, but they scared. Talk to them, Michael.
You know, we all have that, because that's the human side of us, because it's not from God. He didn't give us a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. But my thing to that, because I was once there for both the consulting firm and also the show, just get started, right? When I started my show back in 2020, I was at the lowest point in my life. I had lost my job. I had to move in back with my parents. And so when I started the firm, I was in my old bedroom back home, and I turned on my camera into my phone and I started talking. He said that I'm going to make you still inspire and make people feel hope, and you're going to be changed in the process as well. So that changed my perspective as well, because I got started. I didn't know what I was doing. I knew nothing about nothing. But God, he taught me, he prepared me. And because I got started and I said yes, boom, God blew my mind. Even with my firm as well, I didn't know how to start a business, right? No one could teach me this, right? I didn't want to mess up anything, but because I said yes and I got started, God continues to blow my mind. So my thing to you is that you may not have the money, you may not have the equipment, you may not have the know-how, right? But just get started. And once you start, I promise you, from experience, I promise you, it will come to you. It will come to you. And soon after, people will come to you and say, how you did that? What's going on there? Can you teach me that? Can you teach me that, please? I promise, but just get started. Just get started.
Yeah.
Just get started.
Listen, man, 3 words. I know they're gonna remember. Just get started.
Just get started.
Just get started.
That belongs on the shirt. It
Listen,
belongs on the shirt or something. Like
don't
Nike,
do
just
it.
do it. Like, just get started.
That's it. That's it. You look, you dubbed it right here on the King Speaks podcast, man. You know what I'm saying? Go get that trademark. Hey, if anybody wearing that, I'm letting you know. Michael said that right here on the King Speaks podcast. You dig? Look, check it out, man. Look, thank you so much, Michael. Listen, thank y'all so much for staying tuned in. Hey, look, man, y'all know me, but look, that's your big bro, Michael Finkley over there. You already know I'm your big bro, Demont Pope, aka Mr. Purpose over Pointless Excuses. Yeah.